Thank you for tuning in. This is DWL52, and you are watching StarFox Dark, a D&D game, on my new channel, NuTinni Gaming. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 of StarFox Dark, a D&D game. So in the last video, we ended up heading for North Point City, as there's a base there for us to regroup with CDF forces. We stopped in a small village along the way to help repel a Andrazi attack, and ended up saving a little girl and her Psyduck. However, the little girl was knocked out and in need of some medical care. So we put her into the SUV for Lilly and Farah to help out, while Deeze made sure to grab the Andrazi guns and any valuable equipment off of their bodies and loaded them into the trailer he brought along. Upon reaching North Military Base, we ended up regrouping with the Cornerian Defense Force and met up with General Pepper. He informed us that the Pilot Academy had gone silent and he needs us to return there and investigate. We then need to go into the city and gather the cadets together, as Commander Shears has taken them to go help try to repel the enemy. However, they have been cut off or shot down. Then we need to find a way off the planet and get to Algoria, a space station in the Centaur asteroid cluster. Pepper suggests we head to the ship deconstruction yards on the far side of the city, on the other side of the river. There, we should be able to find a small ship we can fix up and use to get off the world. He reminds us to make sure we have plenty of supplies since the trip to Algoria is about 4 days. There will be a small capital ship waiting for us there. Once we have the ship, we need to head to a military research and development base on the southern pole of the planet Titan. The director of the research base will give us instructions from there. We agree, but we need some form of transportation to get to the Academy, so he ends up giving us a fully armed combat shuttle to return to the Academy in. We proceed to try and find a medical ward for the little girl, who is now awake, and who refuses to let go of Farah. We take her to the medics, who look her over and tell us that she is fine and the patchwork we did was about what they could do for her. Then they promptly dismiss her. We explain to her what is going on, how we found her, that unfortunately her parents are dead, and ask if she wants to stay here with the military or to come with us. It is at this time we find out that she is deaf, cannot hear a thing. However, she is Surian and can communicate telepathically with Lilly. Now, just a little bit of background info. Surians are a race that is feared system-wide because of their abilities, and unfortunately they are constantly being hunted down and killed. There have been thousands killed over the last few centuries, and the Surian race is thought to have been wiped out, because there are so few left. Her revealing this to Lilly puts us in a bind, since now we have to take her with us and communicate for her to the rest of the group. We have managed to keep Lilly's powers a secret up to this point, but this little girl may reveal too much to the rest of the group, who may or may not want to kill or experiment on Lilly or the little girl, since they are Surian. We find out that her name is Thessia through some acting on Lily's part, and she ends up telling the group that her name is Thessia by saying aloud, let's see what to call you. How about Thessia? Oh, you like that? Okay, group, we will be calling her Thessia. We play it off as if her Psyduck can read her thoughts and project them to Lilly, who can tell us what she is saying. Before leaving the base for the Academy, we decide to stop by the armory and get resupplied. We are met by Sergeant English, who is a bulldog with 2 prosthetic legs and a prosthetic arm. We get what we need from him and then turn around and give him all of the spare weapons we have been collecting from the Andrazi forces. This act, and Lily's sweet-talking him, proceeds to make him friendly with our group. He states that he is appreciative that we are giving weapons as well, since most of the troops just take and take and take and never return. We really made his day when we give him the keys to the pickup and the SUV. The group really seems to like this character, and with our actions, we potentially made him a reoccurring future NPC. Anyways, so we get assigned a transport that is loaded with everything but the combat drones, and proceed to head back to the pilot academy. When we get there, the place has obviously been attacked, as there are pothole craters all over the runway, the control tower, and the rest of the base. The control tower itself looks like it had an explosion inside, and there are various holes in all the walls, as if there was a lot of gunfire. With Newts and Farah flying, Newts cannot use his little scouting drone to look around the area before landing, so Jax has them hover a little bit off the roof of one of the buildings so he can jump out and provide ground cover while looking for a landing zone for them. They hover over a landing pad on the roof of the main facility. Jax jumps down and makes a beeline for the control tower, as it is the highest vantage point. Monty decides to jump out with Jax, as he wants to go check on his walker and doesn't have the patience to wait until they land. When Jax makes a beeline for the control tower, Monty runs down a few flights of stairs and heads directly to the hangar bay. In the control tower, it was obvious that a major firefight happened, as there are bullet holes everywhere. All of the control panels and equipment have been destroyed, and several bodies of CDF soldiers lay about. Jax looks them over and checking for their vitals, but finds none. He does, however, find a keycard lanyard around one of their necks. It looks like it may allow them access into higher secured areas. Afterward, he then climbs out of a window and climbs onto the roof of the tower, pulls out his weapon in sniper mode, and uses the scope to survey the area and find a place for the transport to land, and guides Dutz and Farah to it. While Jax is doing that, Monty is running through the halls of the base, making his way to the hangar. As he is running, he isn't really paying attention and just gets slammed from the side by a soldier dressed in a all-black suit. We found out later that the suit was a stealth suit that can allow the user to become next to invisible. Think Predator-style cloaking. Monty pulls out his pistol and attempts to shoot the soldier. However, the soldier is stronger than him and knocks the gun out of his grip. The soldier then pulls out a combat knife and attempts to stab Monty. At this point, Monty starts yelling at the guy to not attack him, as he is Cornerian as well. Obviously, the soldier is Andrazi, but he hasn't figured that out yet. They then lock arms as the Andrazi soldier is attempting to gut Monty. They find themselves in a strength grapple for the knife. Monty is able to hold his own, but the soldier is just too strong for him. So over an open mic, Monty yells for help. Since Jax is the closest to his location and the only other one on the ground, he has to break from his scouting position to help the mole. He gets back inside the control tower and then has to spend a luck point to jump down the middle of the staircase, effectively dropping 4 flights of stairs before sprinting to help Monty. Before he can get there, the soldier stabs his knife into Monty's side. The DM rolls for wear, and the soldier has effectively pierced Monty's kidney, which means he is now bleeding profusely. Jax rounds a corner and spots Monty holding the soldier. He runs up with his scythe out and cuts the soldier in two. By this time, the rest of the group have landed and are trying to get inside the base. Monty and Jax spend a couple minutes field bandaging Monty to get the blood flow to slow, but they need to get him to a medical wing and patched up so he doesn't bleed to death. About this time, the rest of the group catches up and we proceed to head off to the medical wing. However, the entire time we're there, we can feel eyes on us as if we're being watched. We walk into the medical station and stumble upon a duffel bag that is packed with medical supplies, as if somebody were trying to steal the base's supplies. Thankfully, there is an Autodoc 3000 at this facility, and it is able to sew his wounds shut. Unfortunately, his kidney is very badly damaged, and all the Autodoc can do is try to stitch it back together. Good thing he has 2 of them, I guess. Otherwise, Monty would be dead. It then gives him a shot, pumping him full of vitamins and minerals that will help him heal. Since the base is practically destroyed, we decide we're going to raid the medical supplies and take them with us. Main reason is because our cadets that we're taking under our wing may be injured when we find them, and we want the supplies to help heal them. So, besides the 1 duffel bag, we start looking around and can't find any other sources to carry multiple items in. So Jax decides to head off to the base's living quarters area. However, as he opens the door, two figures are standing outside of the medical bay doors. The first is a very large robotic bobcat, but he has guns popping out of his right forearms. He is dressed in dark brown leathers with black boots, a large golden belt buckle, and a black bowler hat. The other is a female snow leopard with a black cowboy hat, white shirt with a black vest with gold trim, green pants with leather coverings, and black cowboy boots. She's carrying a long rifle that is black in color with gold trim, kind of looks like an old Winchester rifle. They are all surprised to see each other, and both groups draw arms on each other. We end up talking to them and finding out that they are a couple of adventurers named Ash and Bob. Bob, apparently, is a guardian robot for Ash and follows her orders. He doesn't have a voice box, so he cannot directly communicate with anybody. However, he does have a Wi-Fi broadcast and receiver node attached, which allows Jax to network with him and share files and communicate. Apparently, they're here looking for a quick payday. They're here to raid the valuable items, and because we don't look like CDF, we must be of the same. However, we inform them that we work for the CDF, and that the planet has been attacked by Andrazi forces. We asked if they would like to join us, as anybody who works with us will get paid pretty well. At the mention of money, Ash perked up rather well. It is at this moment that Ash and Bob join our team. Jax gives a dossier to Bob of who they are and the current mission objectives, and a list of current events for him to mull over and process. Jax then proceeds to head off to the quarters area to get more duffel bags so they can load up on supplies. He ends up bringing back 5 more bags. Apparently, Ash plans on taking that first one with her as a guarantee of getting paid. However, Farah has managed to convince her and the rest of the group to split the supplies evenly between the bags, so that in case we lose 1 or 2, we don't lose all of one particular type of supply. It is about this time that we call it a night, and where I will end this video. So have a great day or night, and remember, keep the dice rolling.